Alright, people, we're all set here for Return to the Jungle number 9. First matchup is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be between Lucker and Unsaid. So these are the brackets. We only have 6 participants, and even in that we're having some issues as of now, sadly. All the players are not available. This doesn't look good. I got red ping in America. Hey, I mean, no, mostly none of these maps. Used to be a time when I was a big time custom player as well, and the ping's backed. Blizzard had some sort of policy while launching Reforged. EULA. Okay, there we go. Game name. Actually, so yeah, I was saying earlier is that Blizzard actually had some sort of policy coming in earlier about people not allowed to make maps in the name of another IP that's not that's not Warcraft, basically, which is like you can't make Pokemon, you can't make Lord of the Rings. I mean, you get my point here. Not sure if you can't make Diablo and StarCraft inside Warcraft, but that's the thing. And I can't find Lucker's game. Tab RT. The list isn't that big. I should be able to see it just like that. Or it's just not up yet. Hey GB, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the compliment there. I worked a bit on it. Crashed. Okay, Lucker's Green crashed there. This banner originally... I originally made it for Age of Empires back then. It was on somewhere on the top right. But then I figured that, you know, this flag thingy, it'd be lovely if it can wave. So I sat down to do some editing in HitFilm Express, and thankfully I managed to find the right effects to actually make it like a waving flag, and it looks terrific to me. Oh, hey there. Long time no see, General O'Hara. Of course I remember you. How do you think I'm gonna forget you? I got memes on my channel. You're just gonna forget you and move on? Did you actually think I'm gonna do that? Oh, it's bad, O'Hara. I mean, I think we can talk about it on a personal chat some other time. It's bad. It's terrible. Hashtag maybe Berozgar. Hashtag inside references. Anyways. Hey Silogasm, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here, man. Oh hey Unsaid. Can't smell anything. Yikes! Now that's actually... Damn, man. Okay, later Silogasm. Oh, you're not going? Okay, sure. You should stay here. What do we have here? Unsaid says that he actually caught up with COVID there. Damn, that would have been rough. Recovered in 4 to 5 days. That was good news. But since then, I cannot smell anything. Anything. Damn. That's a new one, actually. Like, you hear a lot of things. I mean, my country, India, actually, we do have a lot of recoveries here. But, like, I mean, it's bad. I mean, can't say much. You'd rather just not get contaminated to begin with, rather than test your faith with that. There we go. I think the game's up. O'Hara says your city is in a lot of news today. Of course it has to be in a lot of news. It's Mumbai, man. What do you expected this is? Not some third world city. It's the best city in the entire world, baby! Anyways, enough about that stuff. We're about to begin Return to the Jungle number 9. Let's get these brackets off of our thing. Where are the brackets? They are the brackets. Yeah, I think everything else looks fine to me. Both players ready? Ready? Oh, I miss you a lot too, O'Hara. You should come. But board results are bad. Are you serious? Come on, man. Everybody just passed for free this time because of COVID. Anyways, you should come down to the server sometime, O'Hara. We also miss you. Alright people, this is it. Welcome to Return to the Jungle number 9. Match number 1, coming in from round 1, is going to be Lucker, spawning over here at the bottom left, red orc. He will face a really popular player known as Unsaid, who is spawning as the green undead on the top right. Undead versus orc, first matchup. We have another matchup that's supposed to take place as well at the same time, but one of the players is not responding, so we're gonna have to wait and watch. Otherwise, we're gonna have to drop him by there. And O'Hara says, I'll try to get AoE. Gotta go. Goodbye. Later, O'Hara. Good to have you on the stream. Do come by again sometime. So yeah, Unsaid opening up with hero first build order over here, putting down the altar first. As opposed to the popular undead choice as of these days, undead players love to go for the crypt build, early crypt. Lucker is a really popular player from Clan Gym as well. He has been, I believe, he won 3 Return to the Jungle tournaments by now. And he is very popular in using exactly this, the Blade Master. Lucker is really popular with the Blade Master, and he is also popular as far as his luck is concerned while using the Blade Master. Now, I'm pretty serious on that one now. You will see it throughout the game. Scout Acolyte making its way towards Lucker's base. Hero choice for Unsaid is going to be the Death Knight. Classic choice over here. No shenanigans. Death Knight versus Blade Master. Would launch towards the outer end of the base. Will help the Blade Master get the Oak starter pack. Of course, this is Northern Isle. Map has 1 natural expansion, 1 expansion with the red camp, tavern in the middle, Goblin Merchant and Goblin Marketplace. So you don't have 2 merchants. You only have the opportunity to have or buy 1 potion of Invul at one time, as opposed to some other maps or most other maps where you have 2 of those Goblin Merchants. Lucker will go in for some creeping directly at the camp in the southern location, while Unsaid goes for the same camp on the northern location rather. Both players will try to get this camp out and perhaps try to get their heroes to level 2 before they go in any kind of engagements. Could be tricky. Let's see how this turns out to be. Lucker getting suppression +3, not too bad. Could have been worse, but it's okay. What's gonna be the... oh, Death Knight getting Claws of Attack +6. Now, this is something that you can actually pass on to the Lich later on, which is the damage dealer. As far as range damage is concerned for the undead army, with the Orb of Corruption, of course. Lucker will go in for another green camp. We have a lot of skeletons over here by Unsaid, who is taking up 25% done. Lucker is also above 25% over here, putting down 2 of those burrows. No war mill just yet, so I don't think we have any plans for a war mill just yet by Lucker. Scout Acolyte still roaming around Lucker's side of the map, trying to locate where Lucker would be, although Lucker's creep pattern has been interesting. Selling off the TP now. He actually... okay, I don't think he sold off the TP. Nah, he sold off the TP, surely. Guess he had enough gold for that, but usually orc players, well, they don't... I mean, they usually want to sell off the TP early on so that they get the extra gold from that. Once every 5 gold is something considerable early on. Okay, now Unsaid will make his way towards Lucker's base through the southern location for the moment. Shifting towards the north, he'll split up the skeletons a bit, try to locate where Lucker is, and it appears that both of the players are rather creeping the same camps on the opposite side of the maps, and they're gonna have a full inventory when they engage. Lucker needs to be a bit careful with that Blade Master. Now, the sad part for Lucker over here, and I would say for Unsaid as well, I guess, is that they're not gonna hit level 3. Even after creeping the number of camps that they have already crept. Okay, Lucker actually has a grunt stationed right outside the place where Unsaid was creeping. Unsaid losing all the skeleton warriors. They probably timed out or got killed. And he will have to back out without taking the entire camp away. And the grunt got ensnared over there. This is not looking good for Lucker. Grunt will get attacked but should manage to escape because of the high HP over there. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about. Lucker needs to be a bit careful with the Blade Master there. I believe creeping this camp out should give him level 3 on the Blade Master. That should help him out a bit face to face Unsaid. And Unsaid is still on the tail of that grunt over there. We'll kill a critter, try to get some skeleton warriors there. Shadowrunner coming in as the second hero for Lucker. Beastery first tier 2 building dropped, and tier 3 is also immediately clicked. Tier 3 also immediately clicked on the undead side. And whoa, Unsaid actually picking up a Pit Lord as the second hero. A rather interesting choice, I must say. But Lucker is there. Lucker is going to jack him. This looks really bad. Unsaid is gonna have to TP away. Lucker managed to force the TP on Unsaid. I would say that this is a victory for Lucker, even though he did not manage to get any kills over here or any kind of jacks over there. Forcing your opponent out of the creep negotiation, that's going to delay him a bit, and also Unsaid is going to have to invest another 350 gold to get that TP back into the inventory of the Death Knight there, of course. The problem, although now for Unsaid, is that like he is teching, he's getting his tier 2 stuff, tier 3 stuff coming in. Now he's gonna have to invest that 350 heavy amount of gold there, which he would want to use for the other stuff to replenish his army. The other side over here, Shadowhunter out for Lucker, of course, already got a bit of experience. Lucker, I guess he's trying to locate where Unsaid is. Blade Master roaming around a bit. I wanted to cover the items a bit, although we had some action going on, and we're gonna have some action over here as well. Lucker got himself a Talisman of Evasion, so that kind of gives the Blade Master some benefits of the Demon Hunter there. There you go, some good combination there. Ring Suppression +3, which is okay. Could sell it off later on though. Health Stone, which gives you one extra regen until you have it, and then you can consume it for the 500 health. Flute of Accuracy, okay. Flute of Accuracy for Orc players is really not a big benefit, because Orc players are all about brute strength. They're all about melee. Grunts, raiders, Orc players are all about melee. Range damage dealing is not really the Orcs' motto, but I mean, unless and until you go for trolls, which in this case Lucker is not really going for. I like how Lucker is still staying on the tail of Unsaid. Unsaid needs to be a bit careful there. Death Knight is already level 3, and oh, Lucker being detected there. I believe the Windwalk ran out over there. It's probably because the Windwalk ran out. Lucker gonna use the Windwalk once again, and no Dust of Appearance by Unsaid. He does have a sentry ward though. Okay, he's gonna put it down at the red camp there, and hightail away from that. Okay, not going to creep anywhere near that. Lucker on the other side will try to creep out more camps. And okay, I never knew that the Polar Furbok tracker actually had slow. That's something new to me. Gotta remember this. Surely gotta remember this. Or was it the Sorcerer? Nah, it's the tracker. Unsaid will creep the same camp on his side of the map. Pit Lord needs to hit level 3. And here comes the Lich, the damage dealer, or rather the ranged damage dealer. A rather interesting choice over here of going Pit Lord second by Unsaid. A beefy hero can definitely take a lot of damage as compared to what the Lich can do, and he can easily please, it appears that Lucker needs some time off. Okay, we can give that to him. Fine, it's fine. There we go. Game has resumed. Lucker getting the Torn Chieftain and the third hero, although he's not doing anything productive there. Just gaining experience though. May want to back out the Shadowhunter now. The hero is already competent. Get the level 3 heroes out of the creeping location. And whoa. Blade Master was detected. Sentry ward, of course. Lucker actually walking into it though. He didn't immediately run away, sensing the danger there. He actually ran away, came back twice, and took a lot of damage while trying to do that. Map is, well, still have a couple of camps left. Both of the players do have some creeping opportunity across the map right now. Some destroyers coming in, and it appears that Unsaid is looking to break upkeep. Lucker is nearby. Unsaid seems like he is looking for an opportunity to jack, but the Death Knight's mana bar is pretty much full. We have a lot of death coils left in the tank. And now, I don't really like what Lucker is doing. Need to back out the Shadowhunter there if he wants to gain some levels on the Torn Chieftain. A Torn Chieftain with Stomp or Shockwave and Endurance Aura is definitely going to be much more useful than a Torn Chieftain just with Stomp or Shockwave. Uh-oh, we got a fight coming in. Got a shield there. Lucker actually has a really good position over here on the army of Unsaid. So needs to be careful here. A lot of units taking damage. The Destroyer went down. Level 2 on the Torn Chieftain. Come on, Endurance Aura is something that he needs. Lich taking a lot of damage. There comes the Death Coil to the rescue. But all the undead units are falling. And so far, I have only seen one grunt getting taken out for the army of Lucker. From the army of Lucker, rather. Push of Inval on the Death Knight there. Death Knight still has one more Death Coil left. Is he going to use it? I believe Lucker actually ate. Yep, he ate the Fiends. So that's why we have less number of units by Unsaid over here. Lucker eating up the Fiends using his Kodo Beast, and Unsaid losing a lot of units over here. This looks really bad. Unsaid forced to use the TP. Lucker can actually take out that Fiend before going away. He tried to target the Pit Lord instead. I would say was not the best choice. Unsaid actually had a really good item over here. Pendant of Energy. Super good item.
Players' forces are under attack.
Lucker will actually go in to creep a red camp. Something that would definitely benefit him. Level 4 on the Blade Master. The Shadowhunter may likely get level 4 as well, but Unsaid coming in to jack him. Unsaid doesn't really have the enough number of mass over here to actually deal with Lucker. Pit Lord is surrounded. Pit Lord has no escape. The Death Knight is also going to be taken out. Hex, and this is game. Lucker advances, and Unsaid goes into the loser bracket. Okay, gotta do some changes into the brackets now. So, UBXD will replace Breezy. We'll go against Astor. And round 1 will be Northern Isle. One good thing is that on NA, although both of the players aren't from NA, that can be good and bad. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the stream. A sudden boost in the number of viewers. Okay. About uh-huh. Start the recording then. Hey everybody, this is Stormy with the capital Z coming at you with round 1 of Return to the Jungle number 9. Astor spawning over here, bottom left, white or rather silver night elf. Against top right, pink undead, that is going to be Newbie XD. Ping 294. A user from the observer says yikes, we're around that area. Feels okay. Yeah, I mean I'm pretty much the same. it's fine. I mean, the ping just shows high, but it's pretty much playable. So Newbie XT opening up with Alter first. Astor opening up with pretty standard Nidal build here as well. Inner war near the creep camp. Now, if Newbie XT actually decides to go in for a rush with the DK, which is something under players like to do early on, can actually try to get some jacks off of the creep camp, but it will also depend on the hero selection for Hastur. If it's a demon hunter, then it's going to be a bit difficult thing for Newbie XT to do. There's a lot of mana burns going across, and yet that is going to be the hero. And Newbie XT going in for that knight as well. It had been the obvious choice, I guess. Scout Acolyte leaving the base. Did kill a critter, I believe. I did hear a critter dying. Both of the players sending out their respective workers towards opponent location. Could have killed that critter as well, Newbie XT! Okay, no. Fine. It's gonna go in from the southern side, and I believe the Wisp and the Acolyte actually missed each other by an inch over there. An uncommon happening, I would say. Usually you would see the villagers, or rather initial workers, bump into each other. Archer will pull in the creeps, and the creeping has begun over here. Astor having 2 Wisps stationed near the Ancient of War, something definitely that he needs to creep away the orange camp over here. Something needs to be careful. You definitely need to be a little bit careful over here while doing that. Newbie XT is out with the Death Knight over there, and he's training a 4th ghoul. Is he going for a ghoul build? Possible, and the players do like to go for ghouls as well a lot these days. He will go in and try to take out the camp over here on the top first. And we got Neki on the stream. He says, go Hastur. I don't want to play with 300 MS. Hey Neki. Well Neki, I mean, it depends really. I mean, I'm currently having 300 MS right now, and everything seems just fine to me. Scout Acolyte of Newbie XT being attacked, rather tormented by the Demon Hunter over there, will get picked off and will not manage to escape in time over there. And he gets all of the experience off of this camp, level 2 on the Demon Hunter there. Go for this camp, and this camp. You'll have a level 3 Demon Hunter, but that's not what Hastur wants to do, it appears. Hastur is pushing in towards Newbie XT's base. Perhaps wants to go in there and jack the Death Knight, get some mana burns off. There are a lot of ghouls over here by Newbie XT. It appears that Newbie XT is going in for ghoul build. Now, I'm not exactly sure. I don't have booster on. It's something I should have done a long time ago. So yeah, if Hastur did not pick the talent, or rather the spell yet, for the Demon Hunter, he can easily go for Immolation. Looking at Newbie XT is definitely going for a ghoul build early on. We'll try to clear out the expansion over here. Hastur reaching that spot. We'll try to go after the ghouls one by one. Mana burn! There we go. Death Knight having no more death coils left in the tank. We'll try to take out a couple of ghouls before he leaves. That Skeleton Warrior getting taken out. Demon Hunter will follow in pursuit. Wisps coming in, and Hastur, I would say you can enjoy the 50 mana detonation for as long as you can. The next PTR patch is only going to give you 25 mana detonation with the Wisps, which is something I would say is, well, it's gonna affect a lot. It's gonna affect the game a lot. Let's see how that turns out to be. Pretty good item over here for Astor, I would say, but I mean, the greater mana potion would be rather much more useful when it comes to another hero, like the Keeper of the Grove, perhaps. Unsaid says, yes guys, let's push for EU finals. Neki says, are you pouring salt into the wounds? Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing, I guess, right now. Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of questionable decisions over there. Arcane Tower does more damage to summoned units, and detonation will take away less mana. I mean, Blizzard is definitely biased over here. Blizzard is totally biased. They want humans to win. Astor running back to his base. Not to engage over there. Demon Hunter was pretty low. I don't think the Demon Hunter actually lost a lot of HP over there while attacking Newbie XT. He actually already had pretty low HP while going in there. Considering the fact that you have evasion and you're able to escape rather easily with the Demon Hunter. You can do that, I guess.
Players' forces are under attack.
Nikki says, but they're already winning tier 1 tournament. Well, I guess that's not good enough for Blizzard. Like, they want a guaranteed win. They just want a guaranteed win. Mana burn. Once again, Newbie XD having no mana over here. One Fiend getting taken out. Nice there by Hustor. Naga Seaweed, second hero, and that Fiend. Fiend survives by an inch, I must say. Fiend was, I mean, yeah, if there was one more split second over there, Fiend was down. Hustor will take over this camp, pick up the pieces. And something as I mentioned earlier, this is Northern Isle. You have one marketplace and one merchant. Goblin merchant on this map. They don't have the opportunity to have more than one regular potion of invulns. There is an opportunity for a big invul potion over here, but that costs you like 400 gold. So yeah, I mean, if you're that rich, I guess you can pick it up. If you're not, then well, sucks to be you. We're actually trying to creep this camp out. Hustor coming in, intercepting. Needs to be a bit careful. BXT returning back to the base. Managed to get the kill on one of the creeps though. Hustor has done a pretty good job of keeping BXT on his toes right now, I must say. Tier 3 coming in, Ancient of Woes being dropped. This is likely going to be Mountain Giants or Bears. And yeah, I was saying that Hustor has done a pretty good job of keeping XD on his toes, not allowing him to creep, not allowing him to level up the Death Knight. Death Knight is still not level 3 yet. It's going to be level 3 right after it takes out 1 or 2 more creeps over here, but this is something that has been delayed a lot by Hustor. And at the same time, Hustor's second hero is already, well, just 1 hit away from a level 2. Try to take out that Fiend over there. This is not looking good. XD is already... XD doesn't have any mana over there. Trying to get a block, but unsuccessful in saving that Fiend. Hustor is on a roll right now. Take out the Skeleton Warriors, and now the Death Knight is 1 kill away from level 3. Hustor doing a really good job. Demon Hunter, hyper aggression. Pretty good job over here. We're gonna have some Fork Lightning. No, we're gonna have some Cold Arrow. Of course, XD can go hide inside the Undead base near the Nerubian Tower. Like he says, Hustor is pretty solid versus Undead, and yeah, we can pretty much see that. You can pretty much see the display of skill against Undead right here. Unset says, I went 4-0 versus him on an occasion, not worried. Okay. Of course, Unset also plays Undead. Hustor is just keeping himself outside XD's base, not gonna allow him to get out of there and get any kind of creeping done. Nikki says he killed Happy's DK and Fiend in his base. Ooh, that's a big feat over there. Nobody kills Happy's Fiend inside his own base. That just doesn't happen. Psychological advantage here, says Unsaid. Would agree. And I have to agree, considering the fact that Hustor has kept XD on his toes the entirety, well, pretty much the entirety of the game. This is basically, we're getting to near of the end stages of the game. We got tier 3 stuff, Abominations, and XD's heroes. Well, Lich is still level 1. Death Knight is just a 1 kill away from level 3, but that level 3 is also necessary. Well, Hustor is going to creep out the camps nearby XD's camp and then push away a bit further when he wants to creep a bit more for himself. Perhaps want to get the Naga Seaweed to level 3 first. XD finally getting some space, but Hustor, Hustor gonna detect that. He's gonna first let XD pull the creeps in and then go in for the jack. This time around he's got bears, and this is going to be ugly. This is going to be ugly. The BXD actually knew about that. He did see Hustor's units force his army into a direction, and he's going to try and fight in the choke point over there, trying to take out the bears. Does Hustor have the staff? Hustor doesn't have a staff. This may end up really bad for him, actually. No destroyers in the air for Newbie XD, something that he definitely needs. He's trying to go after the I'm going to say Demon Hunter. Hunter had a bank of reincarnation over there. Should be fine. Gonna be back into the fight right there. Bears are taking severe damage, but at the same time, Newbie XD is also losing a lot of units over here. Newbie XD gonna use a TP to get back to his base after losing a fiend there. An army of 38, or rather, reduced to an army of 38, while Hustor is still sitting at 48. Not producing anything right now. Okay. It appears to me that Hustor is he's getting resistance skin for the mountain giants, so he's going to train some mountain giants. He's going to break the upkeep and train some mountain giants, but question is he going to expand though? One benefit for Newbie XD would be that we got Plague Clouds on the units of Hustor. They will be taking some damage over time. Plague Cloud is really pesky. We have here a second slaughterhouse being put down by Newbie XD at the backside of the base there. Abominations coming in. Need some destroyers in the air. Definitely need some destroyers on the side of Newbie XD if he wants to win this matchup. Lich is still level 1. This is really bad. Want to get it to level 3. Like, you want it to level 3 and you need it like right now. You need that AoE damage, Frost Armor, Frost Nova. You need that. Yep, Hustor will pick up the expansion. And Newbie XD will try to take out the red camp on his side of the map. He says Hustor vs Happy was a pretty dope game. I would love to watch that someday, I guess. Or maybe even cast it if it's not cast already. Hashtag replay request promotion. Pretty lovely item for Newbie XD, I must say. Khadga's Pipe of Insight. Gives you Brilliance Aura. You already have a lot of benefits as Undead player. With the Unholy Aura. Brilliance Aura will only add a lot of benefit to it. One good idea for Hustor would be actually try and get the red camp, but that's not what he wants to do. He actually gave Newbie XD a lot of space, I must say, in creeping out the camp, getting the gold mine, and went back to his base to perhaps pick up some items and stuff, but could have perhaps lurked around Newbie XD's base and stopped him from doing what he was doing. We have a level 2 Lich to deal with now, and Newbie XD will constantly try to get some creep camps or kills to get it to level 3. We have here Hustor splitting up his army, coming in. Newbie XD will have to face this. He's gonna have to take this fight. Taunt coming in, gonna screw up the micro a bit. Work lightning at the backside of the army. I think I saw a lightning shield. I don't know where it is, where is it though. Don't see it anywhere. I guess it's abolished. Staff of Preservation on the Naga Sea Witch? Not really sure whether it was being targeted. Usually Newbie XD goes for a third hero at this point, but that's just not the case right now. Lots of taunts coming in. The double taunt effects is just OP at some point. Some feeds getting taken out there, and I believe Hustor is going to take this fight. We still have a couple of units left by Newbie XD, but he is slowly losing momentum here. He does have a TP. Should manage to TP away from the situation if he wants to, and yeah, he is going to try and do that, but not before losing both of his abominations. That was terrible. Hustor is on a roll right now, and Newbie XD is currently on the back foot. Have around 4k, or rather 5k gold left in the tank. It's gonna go on for some time, but against 2-base Night Elf, you definitely either want to break the expansion down or take up an expansion of your own. Newbie XD, of course, has no knowledge of the expansion right now. As an undead player, I would usually see skeleton warriors going around, scouting around the map, but that's not the case over here, it seems. Newbie XD gonna sell off something by a potion of mana. Newbie XD is pretty much pinned over here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Well, Hastur goes to work over the red camp on his side of the map. Demon Hunter may reach level 5. And Hastur losing archers to the red camp. Unless until that was on purpose. Basically creeping really nearby. One of us destroys his web. This can turn out ugly. Hastur gonna jack him. Mana Bird on the Lich. Lich only Lich has no more Noah's left. This looks bad. Death call on the Lich. He'll be actually splitting up the army, but he is caught out of position really badly over here. Hastur can easily take out his army if he wants to. Level 5 on the Death Knight over there. BST will try to take out a bear. Will be successful in doing so. Another bear will go down. Destroys is exactly what he needed. And now it's the turn of the Dryads. He shifted attention. He actually had one of the Dryads over there. He had 2 Dryads, but he shifted attention. Will go after the hero. Potion of Invul is in place. Needs to take out the Dryads. Level 4, the Death Knight. NewbieXD finally showing some signs of life. Doing his best to come back into this game. More abominations going down, but more should be coming in from the base as well. The Death Knight almost got taken out over there. Astor is playing really risky, but Death Knight gets taken out. NewbieXD called for the GG. I must say, pretty good game. Pretty good game by both players. Anyways, let's end the recording for this one as well and head on to the brackets. The Hastur advances and he will face Nikki. So we'll go into the loser bracket. Hastur will advance. And sadly, both Unsaid and NewbieXD will have to wait for their opponents. Now, their opponents will be decided by the upcoming 2 matches. We have 2 matches incoming at round 2. That's not the looking for. I was looking for this one. There we go. Going to be Gamebhai versus Lucker. Gamebhai's internet is back. I just spoke to him some time ago. So it's going to be Gamebhai versus Lucker. And it's going to be Nikki versus Hastur. Tag team partners going to go against each other. Lucker is in game already, they say. So it appears that Lucker versus GB is already happening. Okay, so we're gonna have to shift to Europe. For Nikki versus Hastur. Right, so Ian and Hastur are ready. Hey! Bento Box, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Follow. Alright, match on the way. Other recording as well. Alright, people, welcome to round 2 from Turn to the Jungle number 9. This time around, we're going to have a really interesting matchup going on. We got Nikki spawning over here as the purple Nidalf at the bottom left, and he will face his tag team partner Hastur spawning as the silver Nidalf on the top right. Nidalf mirror, but a matchup between two really close players. Both of them are really, really good players as well. Nidalf Miller, of course. Having a bit chit chat over here early on. What are going to be the hero choices in a Nidalf game? Let's see how this works out to be. Autumn vs Hunts. on LR. DH it is. Of course, this is just mind games. Mind games that you can only play with the most personal of friends. Asta gonna go in for the bottom. Nikki gonna go in for the bottom. Priestess of the Moon on both sides. Whoa. So this is gonna be mass hunts. Although they're not going in for the hunts build though. They're going in for the easy creeping. The early creeping rather. The green camp. Second wisp. Failed attempt to troll each other. Facepalm. Well said, unsaid.
Players' forces are under attack.
Although they will detect each other, the heroes and each other's builds with the wisps. May try to get a jack over there as well. And as I said earlier, are you putting salt on the hurt? Yes, definitely. The wisps will deal less damage. At least they're dealing less damage in the PTR. Yeah. Wait a moment. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Uh-oh, Hastur actually lost the wisp over there. So yeah, wisps don't deal damage to normal units. Wisps will take less mana while detonating. Yeah, that's the exact word I was looking for. Look at the kill over here. No problemo. Of course, Nikki's slightly ahead with the wisp skill. Wisps of Nikki will follow Hastur, haunt him around like a shade, perhaps.
A player's forces are under
Second
attack.
Ancient War with the Huntress all coming in, but what do we have here? Nikki not going for the Huntress build. Nikki coming in, and he's gonna try and jack Hastur with the Searing Arrow. That archer may get taken out, but Hastur killing his own archer, denying Nikki the experience over there. But Searing Arrow, I mean, that thing is gonna deal a lot of damage. Wisps is being attacked. May want to detonate it, I guess. He didn't detonate it. Nikki also losing one of the wisps. Another one. Placed it in the middle of... Yeah, pretty much in the middle. And I love how the Priestess of the Moon... Priestesses of the Moons are attacking each other through the trees over there.
Players' forces are under attack.
This got taken out. No, not yet. Now it did. Astor is in a tight spot. Should manage to reach the Moonwells in time to heal up the Priestess of the Moon. And this is the time when Nikki is going to start feeling the pressure. Thing for Nikki is that he is going for tier 2. That's going to take some time. Astor, on the other hand, is going for mass hunts. And that's not going to take a lot of time. Go near the shop over there. Buy this Dust of Appearance. Well, since Nikki bought the Dust of Appearance, Hastur will not be able to buy it anytime soon. So Nikki can just do this and stay there, or perhaps escape. The Huntress getting ensnared. Will delay Hastur's rush. Hastur goes in to the other shop, buys himself Dust of Appearance. Gloves of Haste over here, and Gloves of Haste over here as well. Yeah, this couldn't have been a better mirror between Hastur and Nikki. Only and unless until Nikki also went in for mass hunts, I guess. Having some reveals, or rather, Dust of Appearance being used. Yeah, I'm confused. Oh, he actually used a reveal from the Goblin Lab. Nagasevich being picked up as a second hero. Hastur actually had a Huntress over here, Shadow Melded, so he knows what's going on. He knows that Nikki is heading in towards his base. How is he gonna react though? Doing anything. If I were in his place, I would have already started running, because you're gonna take longer to reach your base, while Nikki will have some free reign to kill these wisps. 2 wisps down, and Nikki will use the choke point created between the base over there to his advantage. Uh-oh. And lose some prey. some archers over there. Dust of Appearance being used, and Nikki forced to use the TP to go back to the base. He forced to run back to the base, or rather TP back to the base without managing to kill a single unit. He's going to go in for Ancient of Winds. Interesting. No Huntress Hall yet. Huntress Hall is just not going to be coming, I guess. Ancient of Wonders.
Town is under siege.
Just all across the map, getting taken out one by each of the players. And this is what I was talking about. What Nikki is doing is going to take time. What Hastur is doing is not going to take much time. Hastur coming in with a full force mighty Huntress push. Oh no, Nikki actually got Nikki actually had to leave the creeping over there. A couple of his archers were taking damage over there. Hippogriff Riders. Nikki is going for Hippogriff Riders. I guess this can be the answer to the mass Huntresses. Huntresses can't attack aerial units, of course, but they can take out the ground units. You got a Cloak of Shadow on the Priestess of the Moon. Is useful for it to hide during the daytime, but possibly could transfer to the Naga Sea Witch. That it can also hide like all the other Night Elf units. Nikki finally taking out a Huntress. Or rather, two of them. Hastur definitely had more Huntresses. The Hippogriff Riders are going to be a bit hard to deal with. They have a lot of HP as compared to the archers. And Hastur pauses. 400 ping. That ain't right. Both of them are from Europe. Wait a second, okay. Like we're having some internet issues and whoa, what do we have here on the top? Hastur actually going in for AP push. Didn't see the Ancient Protectors over there, but if they come up, then this is pretty much GG for Nikki. And they're coming up! Glaive Throwers at the back of the army there. Will put in some siege firepower. Okay, the Glaive Thrower is going to get taken out before it actually managed to deal anything much. Okay, this is pretty much over. Nikki has little to no chance now of actually winning this. His heroes are pretty much dead. One of them is. The other one, GG, there we go. Hastur advances. Okay, let's pull up the brackets and have a look at it. Yep, Hastover already advances, so it's gonna be Lucker versus Hastover. Just typing stuff, just give me a moment, hey? I'm gonna quickly change to NA. All the viewers have already gone into the games, I guess. Wouldn't want to do any kind of stream sniping now, do we? Alright people, round 3 for Return to the Jungle number 9. And this time around we got Hastur spawning at the top left as the Silver Nidal player. He will go up against Lucker spawning as the Red Orc. At the bottom right map is going to be Terranostan LV baby. And say Hastur has displayed a amazing set of skills throughout the tournament so far. I am expecting a lot from him against one of the really popular players in the tournament, Lucker. Lucker is, I believe, a 3-time champion in Return to the Jungle, and it will be interesting to see how he deals with Hastur over here. Hastur has so far been on a roll, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes undefeated all the way. Let's see how this turns out to be. The ultras come up, hero selections will go down, and looking at how the players have played so far, I would say this was going to be the classic choices of Demon Hunter and Blade Master. I was right. Lucker is popular using Blade Master. He's also very popular in being lucky with it. He is just very lucky. On the other hand, Hastur, well, he has displayed a really good set of skills there against another player, BXD, who is also a very long time player of the tournament. Has been around since tournament number 4 or so. This is Terranostan LP. A tower in the middle, goblin merchant right in front of your base. Nearby goblin, not a goblin, a mercenary camp, and pretty much nearby goblin lab. The OG version, the goblin lab used to be very close to your base. Now it's a bit far away, so it's a bit less used as compared to how much a goblin lamp is usually used. Fucker going in for creep, quick creep over here. Take out the apprentice visit camp. Sell off the TP by the modified orc starter pack. He got himself Gauntlet of Ogre Strength. Maybe would have. They had sold that off as well, in my opinion. Has already begun teching, while on the other side, Hastur has not begun teching just yet. He does have enough resources to go for the tech. Click it now, I guess. There we go. Lucker will try to break out the contested camps in the middle. And here comes Hastur to intercepting. Lucker actually windwalked before Hastur could react. And Hastur is taking a lot of damage on that Shadow Priest. Uh-oh, Shadow Priest taking a lot of damage. Blade Master will manage to take it out. Jack coming in, but the Jack got stolen by the mana burn. But of course, he knows that the mana burn is also on the timer now. Lucker is doing pretty well right now. Hastur is on the back foot. Will have to back out just a bit. Try to heal his Demon Hunter and then get back into the fight. Lucker will stomp over a chicken while he goes in for the other green camp rather. A clarity potion would be useful.
A player's forces are under
He's
attack.
pretty much out of mana right now. Level 2 on the blade. Okay, Hastur coming back with a Berserker. Try to go after the Blade Master. Wants to burn down the mana there. Lucker needs to stay a bit careful right now. Keep his distance from the Demon Hunter. Or, well, of course, if your mana is already going to be depleted, then you don't really have to worry that much. We'll try to go after the Berserker. Grunt taking some hits. Mana burn coming in. Not yet. It appears that he's waiting for 50. He already has 50. Why isn't he casting mana burn? A bit confused. Hastur is not using mana burn. Now he uses it. Why this late though? After losing the Berserker. Like I used a speed scroll momentarily. Try to back out his Grunt. Grunt may get picked off sadly. Does have the healing salve. Could use it while the Grunt tries to run away. And oh no, he just delivered the Grunt. Okay, he actually killed the Grunt himself. He almost delivered the Grunt to Hastur by having a misclick over there. Putting down Torrent Totem and Beastery, so it's going to be classic old orc build. On the other side, at Hastur's base, we got Ancient of Lures coming in. I would assume bears. Lucker will creep a bit more. Try to get the blade to level 3. Camp will bring him near, but will not be sufficient. Second hero being picked up by Hastur is going to be the Naga Sea Witch, of course. Old Arrow will come into the play. They will try to creep out the expansion, which is rather risky in my opinion. At least you don't have the Taskmasters that deal bash. Demon are taking a lot of damage. Gonna have to back it out just a bit. Yeah, now you probably want to back it out below 100 HP. Try to pick up the manual of health. That's automatically going to increase the HP. Oh no, needs to take out that rogue first because of the static shield. Shadow Hunter out for Lucker, and Blade Master is level 3. Got a pretty good set of items. Claws of Attack plus 6, Gloves of Haste, Rings of Protection and Gauntlet of Ogre Strength. Well, those are just beefing up the Blade Master a bit. He may choose to sell it off. Blade Master is not meant to be beefy. It's meant to deal damage.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, first spell that he went in for is actually Serpent Wards. Pretty good choice. Lucker getting a full scout report on what Hastur is up to. Yeah, by the shop. Perhaps may want to sell off the gauntlet and ring now and buy himself something better like a circlet, perhaps. Hastur does have a wisp station near the expansion. Lucker checking up for the expo. I see which nearing level 2. Even are still at level 2. These things are considerable and these things matter. Now, another thing that matters, and that is that Hastur actually blocked off his altar here. Now, if you have a situation where you want to revive your hero using the altar in case it gets taken out, and knowing that you're against a Blade Master, there's a really good likelihood that it will get taken out. You ought to be a bit careful. So we had a reveal over here, but I'm a bit confused as to how that was taken. You get a crystal ball? He's got a crystal ball, baby! I don't think people use crystal ball as much as they're supposed to. It's a pretty good item. And oh no, Hastur's Ancient of War, while trying to walk towards the goblin lab camp, will get intercepted and taken out. Doesn't seem like Lucker has pillage. That's also one thing that bugs me as to why old players forget to go for pillage. Don't want to lose on the experience that you can. You don't want to lose all the gold that you can gain just by hitting your opponent's structures.
The town is under siege.
Finally selling off the ring. Ensnare on the Dryad. Uh-oh, Demon Hunter is trying. It's dealing a lot of damage there. That the Blade Master almost got taken out. Ensnare does have a potion of heals. She should be fine, but whoa, there's a lovely block there by Lucker, I must say. Block with that Serpent Wards. Putting down more and more Serpent Wards. The Blade Master was pretty low. Once again, falling low. The Naga Sea Witch can use Forked Lightning. If it has that spell, that is. This time the Demon Hunter does not have a potion. And the Moonwells are pretty much empty. Lucker may manage to take out the hero. TP coming in. Rejuvenation being cast on both of the heroes. And Lucker backing out, surprisingly. Wanted to check on the expo. Perhaps take out that wisp. Okay, he wants to heal a bit. Has one Kodo Beast on the field, so one of these bears are just going to be eaten for lunch. Completely taken out of commission, and we got Torrent Totems. I mean, Torrent Totems is something that he already built, but we got Torrents coming in. Torrents are going to deal a lot of damage there. And as opposed to the earlier game, this time Lucker has Hastur pinned. Putting down more and more of those Serpent Wards. Spirit Link will go in for the assault, and oh no, one of the bears is not in the bear form. Will get taken out. No, it got saved with the staff. And Lucker forced to use the TP to go back to his base. Serpent Wards will get taken out. Hastur finally creating some separation there. Lucker's rich. A lot of gold in the tank. Of course, you want to consider the fact that he is just 3 food away from breaking upkeep. Perhaps he can just trade one of the grunts or one of the units he wants to. As a bear in the belly of this Kodo. That's why he kept it at the back of his base and not... Now it's arguable. I don't think Kodo's vision is nearby this area. I don't think the Kodo actually saw those peons going in. And what is this? Is this a tiny Great Hall? This is a tiny Great Hall. Lucker is setting up a tiny Great Hall expansion. And it's up. And this one peon will still run back to the main Great Hall since it's already collected the gold from the gold mine before the Great Hall came up. Some bugs that you have on the engine, sadly. It's not really a bug, it's just a thing. Form of a limitation, which can be improved, of course. That's one of the limitations. The other limitation would be that if you have one of your buildings rallied, production buildings rallied somewhere, the unit will actually have an attack move on that location instead of just a move. Expansion coming up by Hastur, that's going to be attacked, and Lucker's expansion is also being attacked right now. Lucker's army is pretty far away from the expansion. He needs to speed scroll in. That's exactly what he's doing. Blade Master will still stick at the expansion of Hastur and try to deal as much as damage as he can before it comes up. It's already down to like 25% HP. I think the Blade Master will take it out. And at the same time, Hastur will also try and take out the expansion for Lucker. I think Hastur is going to be successful, and considering the fact that the Blade Master is not here, this is not going to turn out good for Lucker here. Okay, one of the bears is still in the belly of that Kodo over there, so he can't swallow another one. He needs to back out that Kodo, save it from getting killed. He loses it, then he loses a good chunk of experience there, and he also gives the opponent back the unit. But Lucker doing a pretty good job blocking the Night Elf army using the peons over there. The Demon Hunter is taking heavy damage. The Demon Hunter gets taken out. I don't believe this. The Kodo Beast falls, but at what cost? The Kodo Beast falls. You got the bear back, but at what cost? Was the Demon Hunter... Was losing the Demon Hunter really worth it? And the Blade Master is back into the fight. If it was already there, now you want to consider this over here. The Blade Master was not there during the fight the entire time, and Lucker still managed to take out the Demon Hunter. Now this is something considerable. Hastur losing both of his heroes and the majority of his army. He's retraining them. Going to tavern back the Demon Hunter immediately. But now the time is right for Lucker to push in. He knows that he has his opponent on the back foot. All he needs to do is replenish his army, rejuvenate it, and then push in. Or rather push in while doing so. So Lucker's expansion is still up. Neki's, I'm going to say Hastur's expansion is down. Lucker actually crossed the main island area of Hastur, but he didn't go in for any kind of engagement. He just wanted to check up for the expansion with the entire army. Probably changed his mind. He has 2 Scroll of Heals. Would be a good advice to put one of the Scroll of Heals on the Shadowhunter and a potion of Invul. Always better. Now here's a problem for Lucker. He is far away from his base. He's creeping more and more. He's probably going to be level 5, but his base is about to be attacked. And he has no TP. How is he gonna return back now? You get master upgrade for the spirit walkers, which means that the Torns are going to be revived each time they die. Expansion will fall. And Hastur will just back out. But we're putting down shop expansion of Hastur. Gold mines are nearing depletion. Poor Wisp stood no chance against the might of Lucker. And now he's going to use the Voodoo Lounge to his advantage. Lucker with a 60-foot army against 53, or rather 52 of Hastur. Can only go one way. Hastur trying to back Lucker into that choke point that he created using his base. But he's out again! Pulverize. Odo looking to eat one of the bears. Could eat this one. Should eat that one. Shadowrun being attacked by the demon hunter there. Yeah, both of them are hunters. More Spiritling going down. A lot of units are going red for the Nidalf army. Kodobees did not eat anything. Demon hunter is about to get taken out. Does have potion of healing though. Oh no! The Oak army went into the fight over there, went into the base. I think that you may or may not want to do, but oh, it's coming into his advantage. Demon hunter goes down! And I must say that this has to be game. Gold mines are about to expire, and that may be Hastur's last saving grace, but this is a huge army. And you also want to consider the fact that even if you take out the Torrents, they can get revived by the Spirit Walkers. GG. Lucker advances. So, Lucker goes into the finals. Coming back to the brackets, it appears that Newbie XD won his match against GB. Unsaid won his match against Neki. So it's going to be Unsaid versus Newbie XD and Undead Mirror. Interesting. The winner of that will face Hastur, and then the winner of that will go on to face Lucker in the grand finals, and the winner of that will be the champion, of course. So we got 3 more matches pending. Oh, hello Breezy. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Matchup is currently ongoing, I guess. BXD versus Unsaid. Winner of that will face Hustler, and that will face the champ. Well, champion of the main bracket, perhaps. Lucky Sprayer says, well, that Lucker guy is getting carried by his base hard. Hopefully they nerf work next match. I agree, Lucker. They should nerf everything but the humans. Humans are completely fine and a balanced race. Nothing can go OP. Concerning the fact how unbalanced this game has been, and for how long the game has been unbalanced, it's a miracle that we're still playing it, and we still cling on to it for as long as we do. They just don't make good games out there. That's also another point worth mentioning. Blizzard won't really make a Warcraft 4. Lucker says Warcraft 4 confirmed. Oh, wait a second. He didn't say Warcraft 4 confirmed. He said Warcraft 5 confirmed. Just can't get onto the hype train again. They just betrayed us one too many times now. I mean, I was a huge Blizzard fan. Well, I guess I'm still am. I mean, there's no other reason I would still be playing Warcraft, but really just not treating their fans like they're supposed to. Forcing their corporate decisions down our mouths for no reason, really. Now, we go and, well, Reforged is, as it is, a disaster. We go back and look at another game called Heroes of the Storm, which, by the way, was the main game at my Discord server when, well, you could say a a few months from the inception of it. Like, they completely destroyed the game. I mean, just not the same game as it used to be. It's not fun anymore. There are people that still play it, but it's just not what it used to be. And then, well, consider the other stuff. Well, they're doing pretty okay with StarCraft. Like, StarCraft is already about 10 years old. If you're considering the first StarCraft expansion, or rather base game, because Heart of the Swarm and Legacy of the Void were expansions. StarCraft is okay. It's a pretty polished game, but it kind of pains me to see that Warcraft Reforged performs more terribly than StarCraft on same PC. That's how much they've messed it up. Don't really play Overwatch, so can't say much on that, but they got a weird thing coming in. They're like Overwatch 2 coming in, but it's just going to be a major patch for Overwatch 1. Like, I don't exactly know how that works out, but it just works for them. Hearthstone, well, played Hearthstone when it came out initially for a bit, but then just kind of stopped. Way too many expansions, way too much stuff to know and learn about for a card game. The other game they have, Diablo. A lot of people hated Diablo 3 for whatever reason. And there's the game out there known as Path of Exile. They actually called that the spiritual successor of Diablo 2. And Diablo 3 was, well, just Diablo 3. I haven't played Diablo 3 myself, so I can't really say much about it. Because that was the era when gaming companies started injecting a lot of heavy DRM into their games because of piracy. Well, let's check out the brackets a bit. He lost his first game, but has advanced from the loser bracket. Nikki sadly hasn't won a single game in the entire tournament, as is already knocked off. GB, well, he has the same status. PXD losing in round 1 to Hastur will get a second chance if he manages to beat Unsaid. This match should be interesting. Not sure who's going to win this. They're in the game since 23 minutes. That's the average amount of time for a game to start and end in Warcraft. There we go. Game's over. BXG wins. He will face Hastar. So this is pretty much the semi-finals, and the map is going to be Twisted Meadows. Okay, it appears that Newbie XD is... BXD needs to sign off. He's from Singapore and it's already past, I don't know, 2 o'clock or something for him. Yep, 2:05. Well then, we're gonna go to the finals immediately. Going to be a best out of 3. Wait a second. Hey. Why did you change the bracket? Come on. What is this, debated? I'm not baiting anybody. Alright, people. Here we are. Finals of Return to the Jungle number 9. We have multi-time champion Lucker over here spawning as the red orc on the top right. He will be facing Hastur spawning as the white night elf, or rather silver night elf at the bottom left. Map number 1 is going to be on Concealed Hill. And let's see how this game turns out to be. Both of these players have only just faced each other previously on Stand LV. And that game itself was pretty good so far. Let's see how this turns out to be. Lucker came in ahead of that, but I wouldn't say that Hastur can be counted out from that game at all. He did pretty well. He managed to destroy Lucker's expansion in that game. He managed to push Lucker back, create breathing space for himself multiple times when the Blade Master was lurking around. Let's see how this turns out to be. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Blade Master for Lucker. That is just how Lucker rolls. I want to see what Hastur goes for. He's going to be Demon Hunter again. No, it's going to be the Keeper of the Grove. Okay, let's see how this turns out to be. Lucker will go for Blade Master. Lucker is popular in the Blade Master, but I believe once or twice in the finals, he did go for the Farseer. It is a popular orc choice. You can go for that. It can, I mean, he does know how to use it. Just doesn't do it all the time. Oh, hey there, Remote. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Not competing, I see, since a couple of few tournaments.
A player's forces are under attack.
Of course, I want to talk about this map over here, Concealed Hill. You got this contested gold mine red camp in the middle. This is the only map left in the entire map pool that has Fountain of Hells. And they are guarded by red camps. You got goblin merchant camps nearby your bases and taverns right in front of your bases, so that is one advantage that you have. And my baby daughter will join me on commentary. Will you join me on commentary? What? Busy bit. Haven't played in 2 weeks. Okay. Remote. That will have to scrub it off you. Lucker's here. Already got a jack off, and oh, that's pretty good. But kill on the treant as well. Mantle of Intelligence is the item that he stole. Keeper of the Grove already has a circular nobility that he got from this camp though. Remote says Lucker's so good. Should rename the tournament to Return of the Lucker.
Force now under attack.
I like Unsaid. Has a very charming personality and asks questions to the very much to the point there. I meant. Will shadow melt. Should be fine. But Lucker will not back out just yet. We'll try to take out the forces of nature. Treants, and of course they also give you a good chunk of experience. Keeper will not be able to do too much without the entangling root. He needs to try and get that Keeper of the Grove to level 2. Otherwise, this is pretty much Lucker's game. As long as Lucker can delay the level 2, Lucker can stay in there and harass him a lot. Huntress is coming in. Okay. Tier 2 is delayed, of course, because of the Huntress build, perhaps. But this can come back to bite you. Lucker will perhaps split creep a bit, or just heal away his grunts at the fountain there. If he creeps out this camp over here, the Blade Master will be level 2 by now, and he can even use the Blade Master to do some harassment. Keeper finally hitting level 2. And Hastur is actually getting ahead of Lucker now. Lucker's blade still not level 2 yet. Okay, now this is something that Lucker kind of wasted his time in. He could have easily crept out this camp over here using 3 grunts, and then backed him out to the base, healed them up, and then went in for whatever he wanted to go for next. But being rather safe, conserved. Spirit Lodge Warmill coming in, and hey, Spirit Lodge and Warmill putting on the TP and speed scroll, taking it up with the Shadow Hunter. Got scared for a bit with the illusionary Keeper of the Grove, but here comes the real one. Entangling Root is on, and Lucker is gonna have to deal with this. Of course, the illusion does have collision size. It will be useful in blocking. Lucker wants Purge. Purge will help him take out those treants. Needs level 2 on that Demon Hunter. I'm going to say Blade Master right now. I confuse the Demon Hunter with the Blade Master all the time. And Hastur is just going to give it to him. Alchemist, second hero being selected by Hastur. And those Serpent Wards are doing a pretty mighty job in taking out that creep camp. And now they're going to do a mighty job in taking out those Huntresses. Lucker using Speed Scroll will back out that one grunt that was taking heavy damage. But Huntresses also survive, it appears. Blade Master could have picked it off. Will try to do it right now. That's a lot of Serpent Wards, I must say. Lucker should be fine. Look at that damage. It's not even funny. You gotta easily use Purge, actually. Got the Huntress with the Blade Master. And yeah, he gotta easily used Purge on the Alchemist there. Halted it for a couple of seconds and then try to kill it. The Blade Master was very nearby. All Lucker had to do was go a bit towards the east. And we may have had a dead Alchemist by now. Lucker is playing a bit passive, I must say. He may be a bit drained. Seems to be going for Huntresses and Shamans only.
Players' forces are under attack.
Getting the Adapt training. Probably may get the Master training as well. Bloodlust is super good. No tier 3 yet though. And no tier 3 on the side of Hastur either. But Hastur is trying to set up an expansion. He already planted down a Tree of Life which is already up. All he has to do is entangle the gold mine and get 5 Ists in. And he will have a gold mine running. Lucker will have knowledge of this now. We'll try to get a jack off. There we go. Got the item too. Pendant of Energies. Pretty good item. But it expected nothing better. Heal Scroll and Potion of Inval. Lucker nearing
A town is under siege.
50-foot army. Now this is something that you want to consider. Lucker is nearing a 50-foot army, but Hastur
Players' forces are under
actually created the window that he needed to break upkeep. You have the expo, have the extra gold supply. You can go for the low upkeep. Well, Lucker at least stopped the entangling gold mine from coming up. Once it is coming in for a second time, and it doesn't really take a long time to come up. And oh, reveal! Was it dust of appearance or a reveal? One of them. Either way, he caught the Blade Master. Or dust. It was a dust. Hunter's getting picked off over there. Blade Master survives. Purge coming into the play. Heal wave. Of course, magic damage will also be... Okay, it's not magic, it's piercing and siege. Shamans also deal damage. Even without the purge, they're gonna be super useful over here. Both of the heroes for Lucker are level 3 now. Only one for Astor. And Lucker will attempt to take out the expansion. Lucker still at tier 2. Getting some defense upgrades. Going tier 3 is something he should have done some time ago, in my opinion now. Using static shield. Yes, Astor, you can use that all you want. It's gonna drain less mana in some time now. Stack of Serpent Wards is just too strong to deal with. Alchemist will go down. And Astur calls for G. Map choice for Huster is going to be LR. Alright, people. Game number 2 between Lucker and Hastur. Cameron, Hastur spawning as the red knight elf at the bottom left. Lucker, blue orc on the top right. Both of the players not selecting their favorite colors this time. It appears that they are serious, and they are damn serious in this one. What are going to be the hero choices? Lucker has the freedom to go for something unusual, something that he is not used to, and surprise the opponent because he already has game 1. He can take that risk, but Hastur on the other side, no, Hastur can't take that risk. What are gonna be the hero choices? Keeper of the Grove again by Hastur, and Blade Master once again by Lucker. Looking at Last Refuge, has somewhat of a similarity to Concealed Hill. Let's see how this turns out to be. Of course, you got Tower in the middle, Goblin merchant camps nearby, Goblin Lab right above a cliff in front of your base, and a merc camp nearby your base where players like to creep out early on.
A player's forces are under attack.
This will likely stick there to know the hero selection. Hastur wants to be a bit careful. Doesn't want to risk early Farsia harassment, it appears. Or Tauren Chieftain. That's also a hero selection option for orcs. Lucker this time taking up super fast single grunt tech. Or what do you call it? One burrow tech.
A player's forces are under attack.
Hastur not taking up yet, and looking at the resources that he has, he's not going to tech up anytime soon. Huntress Hall being put down. Moonwell, is it gonna be another Huntress Hall? Is he going to go in for a Huntress push? Replenishment potion, hey. Hastur knows that Lucker is around, and he can't do anything about it. Well, he can do this about it. Got a perfect surround on that Blade Master, but it will manage to escape using the Windwalk. But oh no, he actually got the Keeper down to low HP as well. Blade Master can use the replenishment potion right now. He should use it actually. There we go. Tier 2 will be done soon, but the Tier 2 for Hastur is only just clicked. And don't see any Hunters on the field just yet. They will be coming down anytime soon. Lucker is already back. He wants blood. He won't really find any blood on the Treants though, but he will find a lot of blood on that archer. Dust of Appearance being used by Hastur. Oh, wait a second, that was not by Hastur, that was by Lucker. Just to detect any more archers, but no more archers over here, I guess. Got the jack. Tier 2 is complete. May likely get the second hero immediately, Shadowhunter, and go in for the bundled. May go in for the bundled Serpent Ward thing again. Master will take the green camp on Lucker's side. Lucker is pretty much at his base right now with the majority of his army. But of course this will keep him a bit in the question as to where is Hastur. He will find a rallied Huntress that is trying to follow. Acted for a bit, but now is trying to go in and find where the army of Hastur is. Of course, this is because of the direction where the Huntress was heading in. Need to stick there and try to take out the Huntress. All he needed was the direction of where the army was. Shadowrunner out, Warmill coming down this time around, and Spirit Lodge. Okay, so this time he will go for the same strat that he went for the last time. Shamans and grunts, and it can work really well. Bundle serpent wards coming in. Blade Master is still level 1, something considerable. On the other side, Keeper is about to hit level 3. Alchemist may hit level 2. And this cam, no, not likely. We'll have to take out one more. That's a lot of serpent wards. I didn't know you can actually summon that many. And this is the first time that I've seen an Orc player summoning them this close to each other. Blade Master is being entangled and caught under the effect of poison ivy. But Lucker still managed to get back to base. Purge coming into play there. Blade Master does have the potion of heal, should be fine for the most part. To try and get this Huntress. Keeper has another dust, should pop it up. Uh-oh, Lucker got a surround on the Alchemist, no Staff of Preservation. Alchemist will go down. Even though it's a level 1 hero, it is a loss. Expansion coming around this time for Hastur. Well, he did the same thing the last game as well, but he didn't take out the expansion first. Put down the Tree of Life first. Luck is pretty far away from him, and is rather concentrating on creeping than going anywhere near him for the time being. Will rejuvenate the Blade Master and get it back into the creeping. Yes. Not going for any harassment with the blade. Wants to get level 3 probably. Keeper almost level 3. The guy has no knowledge of this expansion. He does now, and he will do the exact same thing that he did last game. Got the wisp first, and is now going after the entangled gold mine. .50-foot army of Hastur versus 45-foot army of Lucker, but the Serpent wards are just too strong. Level 3 on the Keeper and the Blade Master as well. Lucker poking out Scroll of Beast. Could have used it some time ago though. No mana on that Shadow Hunter. one thing that Lucker can do is take out the entangled gold mine and deny Hastur the benefit of the gold mine for some time. Camels need to use Purge on the tree and seer. Lucker losing a lot of units actually, and whoa, Lucker putting down the tower. Heal spray coming in, but didn't really get all of it there. And mirror image, interesting. Lucker actually got mirror image. He's gonna use the static shield and use the mirror image to deal damage with that. Wisps coming in, they're gonna drain away all the mana. Detonations coming down. And the detonations were successful. Astro still has a near 50 food army. Lucker does not. But he does have a fortified tower coming in. Tower's up. And there's little to no chance for Hastur to set this expansion up. Even despite of the fact that Hastur still has near 50 food army, he just needs to train one more unit to get to the 50 food mark. That's gonna be a Huntress, of course. He didn't use the moon wells. The Huntresses are weak. If the Blade Master spots them, and yep, he will spot them. These are easy kills. Blade didn't have enough mana. That was the only saving grace for Hastur. Tucker also setting down the Voodoo Lounge outside Hastur's expansion area. Natural. Static Shield and Purge coming down. Lucker using all the might of Storm, Earth and Fire. Taking out a couple of Huntresses there, but also losing one of the Shamans in the process. Has a smaller army comparatively, but a very potent one. If he uses it carefully, exactly, he can easily take out those units one by one. Alchemist is going to go down. It's got staffed back. But the Keeper is stuck. Keeper will use the TP to go back to his base. But will not be able to save all of the archers. Lucker can actually set up his own expansion here now. If he wants to. Okay, so he wants to creep.
A player's forces are under attack.
And he got intercepted at a time which was good for him. If it was 1 more second delayed, then it would have turned out ugly. But it's pretty good for him now. Astor not a tier 3 yet. Of course, that's not his plan. But he's not producing any Huntresses either. Astor... Wait a second. Lucker left the game? Was likely a disconnection. But what do we have here? Never mind. Hastur says that I lost GG. So Astor was GGing from that game. There was little to no chance for him to, well, I mean, that fight was still going on. Lucker definitely had the upper hand. And, well, there are long-term things that could happen on the other side, but Astor said that, yeah, Astor just said that he will GG, so the tournament goes to Lucker. Once again, Lucker is now your new Return to the Jungle champion. Well, people, thanks for joining me in. I shall end the stream right here. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next Return to the Jungle